Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a brand new episode this week where we're going into the international break in a good vein of form. Obviously, the past month or so since Philippe Clement's been here has been really positive, and we get a break off the back of that now to kind of refocus, get his ideas more over to the players, get a couple of injured guys back, get players that are just coming back from injury more fit, and obviously there's going to be players out in international duty that will keep playing. So it's going to be quite an important 2 weeks, probably needed as well, just with the kind of fixture list that's coming up after it. I mean, I think there's 12 games in 38 days, so it's going to be pretty packed. Obviously, you've got European games in there, you've got a cup final in there, massive away trips to Aberdeen, Hibs, Hearts, stuff like that. So it's going to be a condensed period. And as the manager said yesterday, every single player that's in this squad is going to need to play their part at some point. So the break comes at a good point for us. We'll go through the Sparta Prague game, which was very positive, obviously, on Thursday. Livingston, which was just any other game at Livingston. Obviously, there's a couple of decisions that we can talk about, and then obviously we'll round up on Philippe Clement, how we've thought he's done in his first month as a manager. If you do enjoy the podcast, please like, subscribe, and share for us. It's always very appreciated. First, we'll go on to which was Thursday's game, Sparta Prague. Obviously, that didn't go down too well with Philippe Clement, the dancing, which, I mean, you'll obviously enjoy when players are having fun on the pitch, right? But he clearly wanted more after that. And for me, that just kind of says all about what the guy we've got at the helm of this club is all about, really.
It says everything, mate. It says absolutely everything. Obviously, we'll going to talk about Cantwell. But my boy Danilo, I mean, I don't know if I could reject a little bit of samba with my boy, but I know it says everything about the manager and feeling the same way that probably we felt that we should have had a lot more than obviously what we did.
Nah, the game was, I mean, the first 40, 45 minutes of the game, we were outstanding. I mean, we could have went in about 3, 4, 5. Danilo was unlucky. Obviously, one hit the post. Cantwell had one, maybe even two that he probably should have scored after he actually did score. And we just played really well, really fluid attacking football. Sparta Prague couldn't breathe. I mean, after the second goal, they're doing a huddle on their pitch, trying to regroup, which just happened to them in the space of 20 minutes of the game. So obviously it was really positive then, but I think coming back out for the second half and we never really got going at all. I think we gave up a lot of possession to them and they kind of came back into the game and their goal comes through maybe a bit of naivety for Ross McCausland not tracking the runner, and then obviously Borna Barisic is rooted at the back post and they get a goal in there, and it was kind of heart in your mouth stuff after that. Obviously we nearly get straight away another goal to go two ahead again, but it was obviously ruled out. And from then on, the referee just kind of decided how many minutes he was going to play, and obviously we then get the result. But that was the team that played the game. Obviously, that game was Thursday. It feels like ages ago now, but going through briefly the squad, I thought Ben Davies was fantastic in this game. I don't know why we don't see Ben Davies play like that more often. I mean, he was good against Betis as well. I don't know what it is with the kind of European games that bring the best out in him.
Maybe just try to get a move away, who knows, into a European side. But I know it was fantastic, mate. I fully enjoyed him as well. Lundstrom as well, sensational again. Sima did really well. Danilo obviously, but Barisic, dearie me, I don't know how many times we see goals like that with him all the time. And something I noticed as well, so when Sparta were taking corners, what have you, Butland just screaming at him to come back. Do you know what I mean? So I cannot wait. I'm counting down the days until Barisic is gone, and hopefully it's January for me personally, but obviously it'll probably be summertime.
But then that's the thing you need to look at now. He's obviously out of contract in the summer. We risk losing another guy for free, or do you go and get a bit of cash in for him? Obviously, there's also the rumours of him getting offered a new contract there as well. So
I'll throw myself out the window.
I
I'll
think
genuinely throw myself out the
it's a
window.
bit of a difficult situation with Barisic, considering I feel that we should be looking at a different left back now.
I,
But it's clear, obviously, the managers that have came in are fancying him a bit more to the players that are kind of below the pecking order of Barisic. So
if
I
we're all
think
being
that
honest here, I personally obviously Barisic for me has to go, but I think you let Yilmaz go as well because if the man, as you say, three managers have come in now and they've all chosen Barisic over him. Really, when you think on it, I think you just go in, you get somebody else, and I think the manager probably have a good idea of somebody maybe would want to bring in. Who knows? You never know. But honestly, if Barisic signs a new deal with us, I swear to God, I'm out the window. I cannot go this guy in my team still. But on the positive things, Jack, my boy Sima, I can go in my team, and I would love to sign him permanently. But I don't think it'll happen. Obviously, what 12, 15 million the rumour thing is just constant work ethic and constantly willing to keep going and give the team everything he's got, and that's what you want for everybody.
Nah, I mean, Seema's been obviously the goals have dried up a wee bit in the past couple of games, but I mean, his effort and his commitment to everything really is great. Against Livingston, I didn't think he had his greatest game ever, but he's always an outlet on the left hand side, pace, power, and he's a lot more composed on the ball now. I think when he first came into the club and people were like, what is this guy we've actually signed here? He's passing to nobody, he's losing the ball all the time. I think he's just grown into this team really well, and he's one of them. You look at Butland, Goldson, Tavernier, Seema's like one of the the main guys in the team sheet now as well. So I all round on Thursday it was a good result. We had to win the game. It leaves us with Aris Limassol to beat in the next game at home, and if we can't do that, I don't feel we deserve to be in the next round of the Europa League personally. So if we win that game, obviously that gives us a really strong position to qualifying out the group. Personally, for me, I'm fine with not winning the group if we just go to Betis and play the kids, play MD, and then obviously we've got the cup final, which is the more important thing after
I
that.
know, obviously the cup final is the most important thing, but yeah, again, I think about my manager and what he keeps going on about and keeps talking about, which is winning. He wants to win every game. He wants to win everything. So I personally want to top the group, and obviously I want to win the cup final as well. But obviously just the way the manager talks is what I want to hear, and he wants to win everything, and that's the kind of mindset that we have to have.
No, I mean that's a fair point to make, but I don't see him going over there with the team that will start the cup final and play them kind of back to back. I think he'll rotate quite a bit of the squad, even if we beat Aris Limassol, but we need to see. I would like to beat Betis as well, so we'll need to see what happens. Obviously, closer to that time, but it was a good victory to kind of get us moving through Europa League again. Hopefully, going a deep run in that again. But Livingston was up next yesterday. 12 o'clock kickoff. I mean, he's had his complaints about that, Philippe Clement, which is understandable. I think we've played Thursday night. I mean, by the time the players get in, get rested, get back to training, I mean, you're leaving yourself no time to really recover. You need to go and travel to Livingston Sunday morning. So I can understand the frustrations with that. And then obviously the pitch as well. He's not been able to play maybe a few of the players that would have started if it was obviously on a grass pitch. So we have to kind of deal with that. He said that at the time. He says it's not ideal, but we'll make it work. And we did. We won 2-0. I mean, there's a couple of question marks over the decisions that were made. First one will come to as the goal for Connor Goldson. I think that one was ruled off correctly. I think in that phase of attack, Cyril Dessers is offside and he does go for the ball. And then it does kind of the keeper makes a reaction and then he's obviously not in the right place he would be if he didn't go for it. So I think that one is pretty I could take that, but you're expecting it to obviously be onside, which is the annoying part about the whole goal. Then obviously the second decision we get is a penalty. Looking back at this morning, I honestly, looking back at it, don't think it's a penalty. I think it's really soft. I think Ross McCausland actually falls into the goalie a bit more than the goalie actually swipes him. Obviously, we were lucky to get the penalty. It was missed anyway, but that one's kind of, I don't know how we got a penalty for that after obviously VAR reviewing it as well.
No, it was definitely intelligence, I would say, for McCausland. It was not a penalty at all. But I just thought it was intelligent play for the young man, and I thought he personally should have maybe hit it. Instead of obviously Tavernier, who ended up skying it by. The first one, definitely Dessers, I don't know what he's doing at all. The referee got that one spot on, but McCausland, I just thought it was intelligent play, mate.
And then obviously we go 1-0 up after that. Good bit of play coming out for the back. Tom Lawrence skipping through a couple, playing a nice ball into Cyril Dessers, just kind of heart in your mouth again through on goal. But I think he does quite well to get the ball out his feet. And obviously there's a bit of a ricochet off the goalie or the defender, and he obviously finds its way in the net. So I was pleased for him to get his goal. And that sent us 1-0 up. And it felt like at that time that was just a massive relief with everything that was kind of going against us, with disallowed goals and missed penalties and stuff. It was good to get that goal. And then we were nearly 2-0 up. Obviously, Ross McCausland got a goal of his own. This is the one I do not understand at all. I mean, I watched it on Sky Sports News this morning. they're talking about Seema does push the defender, but they're not talking about the previous contact with Seema getting pushed, and then that's what pushes him into the guy. Like, I don't feel there's anything wrong with that goal, and it's an absolute shame that Ros McCausland's been robbed a debut sort of starting goal for Rangers, because he had it really nicely and it was a great finish.
That was a sensational finish, mate. That's definitely a decision the referee got wrong. I don't understand. Sorry, I don't understand why he gave it off at all. But I know it was a sensational finish from McCausland. But I top draw for the young boy again, mate. I played a great game overall. And as I say, I don't understand why the referees not giving the goal.
It was a bit of a messy the first half, to be honest with you. Not in terms of our play. I thought we done everything right and we should have went in a couple of goals ahead, but I just think the refereeing really, this large stoppage of the game didn't really help anybody, to be
Game
honest.
never got
I
the
never
game
flow.
never got to flow, I would say, in any of the halves really at all. It was not obviously enjoyable at all. Obviously, the manager was going on about the pitch before the game and what have you, which was a large factor, I would say, anytime you play on the kind of parks. But definitely decision making for the referee just didn't let the game flow at all for first or second half for me whatsoever. And it was just about obviously getting the 3 points and getting up the road.
Nah, that's what Livingston kind of is all about. You know, I think in seasons past they've been a lot better a team. I think Livingston are really going to struggle this year. Obviously, they're at the bottom of that table just now. You look at the teams that are kind of down there: Ross County, St Johnstone, Motherwell as well. Probably get a bit more quality than Livingston do, but I think David Martindale goes on about it quite a lot every season. It's just a fight to stay in the division. I feel like he's got his probably his toughest fight this
I
season.
wouldn't, I wouldn't be shocked if he's no longer in charge. I'll tell you that much. I just think I could see maybe Martindale either agreeing to leave or getting sacked. Really, I know they've got that Hangway boys, the assistant now in it. What's it? What was it? Hamlin.
Brian Rice, aye.
Aye, so you can maybe see something like that. You feel it for him, but he's done an excellent job with that club and everything he does with it. Do you know what I mean? Top, as I say, coach to actually keep Livingston in the league repeatedly, and obviously, what was it last season? Almost getting top six as well. So you've got to take your hats off to the guy, man.
Nah, and I think maybe it's just a case of him. Obviously, he talked before the game about budgets being cut and stuff like that. They're kind of relying on the games against the Old Firm to gain profits and stuff like that. So obviously, I do have a soft spot for Livingston personally. Just maybe just as because of David Martindale and stuff. But obviously, I'd like to see them do as well as they can. But I think it'll be a tough one for them because they never really offered anything yesterday. Usually, Livingston would maybe get the odd couple of chances with obviously the bigger defenders, Louis De Lucas in that image there. He was more on the ground right enough than anything. And then obviously we go in the second half. Second half was just training session stuff. It was nothing to it. Obviously, we got a penalty our own again. Handball in the air, it's a penalty, and Tavernier obviously tucks that one away, and it's job done by that point. I think we just needed that second goal to really see us over the line. That was the team that obviously started. You mentioned Ross McCausland obviously was unlucky with his goal, got awarded with the man of the match. Thought it was brilliant. He gives us that outlet down the right hand side. He's not afraid to take people on, cut inside. Obviously in that pitch, the ball can bobble quite a bit. But I thought he done well. Seema, as I say, on the left hand side gives you that outlet, the pace and the power. Quite like Tom Lawrence as well. And in the middle of the park, I think he offers you more than Sam Lammers would in there. He just looks more comfortable in that position. Obviously, Cyril Dessers gets his goal, but probably should have had a hat trick. Obviously, he was hooked off about 60 minutes for Danilo. The rest of the team, I mean, it was standard. The defence didn't have anything to do really. Lundstrom and Jack kind of kept the game ticking over. Good possession in the middle of the park, but pretty standard game against Livingston.
I mean the ball for Tom Lawrence to Dessers for the goals. I just think that's an outrageous pass. And as I say, Dessers I personally thought he should have 3 or 4. But as you say, McCausland was fantastic for the full game when he was on. But also I want to Cantwell. I know he's going on about it on his Instagram, whatever. Obviously get the yellow card, but for a fantastic performance on Thursday, and a sensational goal on Sunday there. I mean, it's just the two parts of his game really, innit? Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand why he gets involved in stupid stuff like that. I mean, I know the boys obviously kicked or whatever, but just to even react or what have you, do you know what I mean? You're playing into their hands. You know that that's what they want to do now, and that's what most I think teams now are going to do with Cantwell is they know he's gettable in terms of that. So I think they're definitely going to be looking to get him carded a lot more.
You seen it as well in the Sparta game. Like that's why I believe Clement actually subbed Cantwell over Lammers, because Cantwell was getting involved far too much in the silly aspects of the ball of the game. And as you say, he had a brilliant first half. He got his goal, which we came on here and I criticised him last week. Like, you're not scoring goals, you're not really providing anything in the attacking third that we thought you would. Gets his goal, plays really well, and then obviously get a bit of the rest of the weekend. But he's always involved in the kind of wee scuffles in the park and stuff. And I mean, it's the end of the game as well. There's nothing really. Obviously, the guy kicks out him. You would be annoyed. I get that, but I don't know.
Just don't react. Why are you reacting? There's no need to react the way you react. You know what I mean? It's probably easier for me and you sitting here to say that. Do you know what I mean? Than obviously when it happens. But I just think to myself, do you know what I mean? Come on. I mean, I sat here, as I said, we do it all the time when we criticise a player, and then they turn around. Thursday night, Cartmel was brilliant, and you were like, that's what I want to see. I want to see my players step up and deliver the business. We need more goals and what have you for Cantwell. We know that, but just that aspect of his game to me, it's just so frustrating to watch, because you know he's a quality player, and you just don't want to see him get involved in stuff like that at all, man.
Nah, and I think it's not even only on the basis of the incident at Livingston, which probably looking back on reflection is more a want to kick out it and be annoyed at. It's the stuff in games past. I mean, the game at Hearts last Sunday in the Cup. I mean, stupid fouls there and getting involved in stuff, and I feel like he's always a guaranteed booking as well every game.
If you're a betting man, there you go. Rangers to get a goal and Campbell to get a yellow card every game. Because honestly, it's every game, and I'm noticing it, as I say. And I'm like, come on, you need to just don't react.
But then you think about it as well, when we've got this big run of games coming up, and the yellow cards build up at some point, and you're going to get a ban eventually. So it's stupid stuff like that he really needs to sort of kick out his game. I just want to see the Cantwell us on Thursday. Just play with that freedom, play with that expression in the pitch, and he had a couple of really good chances, and obviously got his goal. And I just want to see him play like that. Again, obviously we've got plenty of games coming up for him to show his talents. So, it was a standard win. Obviously, yesterday we'll have our criticisms and whatever about VAR and referees and some players and stuff, but 3 points, job done, and we kind of march on into the international break. Obviously, Philippe Clement, he's got his first round of fixtures done as Rangers manager. It couldn't really have went any better, to be honest with you. The only thing is missing is a goal against Sparta Prague away from home, but you'll take the point on reflection that night. And I mean, it's been a revelation since he's obviously come into the club. I mean, the way he's handled himself, the way he's carried himself. I think we've got a leader here. I think we've got somebody we can rely on, and we can really sit down and listen to for once. Doesn't give too much away to the media. Knows what his players obviously wants, and he said it's the team that's reacted to his story, as he keeps on going on about, the quickest. I mean, he's been in clubs Monaco and Bruges and Genk, and this Rangers team have apparently reacted to that, what he wants, faster than all of them. So I think it can only set us in good stead. It's really only the start, and we've saw a massive upturn in performance and results. So long may it continue. And the guy I'm waiting to see back in this team is nearly back, and it's Rabbi Matondo. I cannot wait to see Matondo, Sima, Danilo, and Tom Lawrence or Cantwell or Lammers through the middle of the park. I mean, the pace is going to be frightening when he comes back, and you've got players that are coming into the team. McCausland, I mean, I think near enough every game that Clement's managed so far, he's been on the pitch. So it's an exciting time again. I feel excited. Obviously, I didn't want the break to come, but it feels like it is kind of needed, and we reset and we go for Aberdeen away and the Sunday when we're back, and I can guarantee you that won't be a 6-0 for us.
No, it won't be a 6-0 for us whatsoever. But we always know that. We already know that. No, just sensational for the managers coming in. Probably, as you say, the breaks needed, just in terms of what he gets to do on the training ground, and work with the players a lot more. But the start's been absolutely fantastic, and it's great to just enjoy watching your club play football again. And it's honestly, it's such a buzz. Then obviously what we had before the manager came in. But just honestly, top manager, as I say, and the winning mentality, the way he talks is so refreshing. He always wants to improve. And as we talked about at the start there, even with Danilo and Carmel dancing, celebrating, whatever you didn't like it, he wants more. And that's the constant thing I keep hearing, obviously, when a manager is winning and always wanting more. I'm just excited for January and termly seeing all the players that he might potentially bring in, obviously. Obviously, if I see Barisic sign an extension, I'm out the window. But I just think he's been breath of fresh air. And as I say, when Matondo and all the boys come back, we're going to be cooking, Jack. Let's just say it. We're going to be cooking.
Nah, no. That's kind of obviously. I'm a fanboy Matondo this season. It's just when he get injured, I'm thinking. Obviously, with Scott Wright being out as well doesn't quite help because he can obviously stand in and stuff. But I think it's clear that Clement really wants to play with two wide men. We've seen him obviously bring in McCausland for that reason. He's put Cantwell out there. He's obviously had Sima as a permanent fixture on the left-hand side. So it'll be interesting to see when all the squad is fit who he picks. And I think that'll be when he kind of makes up his mind as well, who he wants to be here, who he maybe wants to send out and loan, maybe get ready. So
also just the fact, obviously, he talks about rotation and how everybody's going to have to play their part as well, which is good. Do you know what I mean? You can imagine, as I say, obviously Hadji's about on loan right now and what have you, but even just being told if you're a squad rotation kind of player that, listen, you're going to have a chance to play, you're going to be able to show what you can do. Obviously, we have a massive run coming up, we need everybody to step up. So just in that aspect, in terms, I think it's refreshing when he says that, especially out in, obviously in the public. Do you know what I mean? It's easy to probably say it behind closed doors to players and what have you, but to actually come out and be like, no, listen, everybody's going to have to play their part here. It shows a real leader and obviously a real winner for me as well. I just don't see how we don't go on and kick on with this guy and win. So I'm loving life with him, man. He's working that magic with that one, so that's all we can ask for.
It's exactly it. I mean, you look at the fixtures that are going to be coming up. Before obviously we've got the cup final, we've got Aberdeen away, Limassol at home, St Mirren at home, Hearts away, Dundee at home, Betis away. We've got the cup game.
Tough games.
So they're tough games, especially at this point of the year when it's teams are really desperate to get points. So
especially when
tough games in there.
Especially when you know Aberdeen are going to turn up and have the game of their season. So
exactly, and that's where it boils down to yesterday. We obviously them getting absolutely turned over, and the next game in the horizon is just going to be an absolute, completely different team that are desperate, obviously, to beat us, and that's it. If we can't beat Aberdeen, though, that's on us as well. We're better than Aberdeen, so if they raise our game, we need to raise ours even more. So don't have any problems with that, but nah, I'm just looking forward to the next time we play. Obviously, it's going to be that game. It's going to be feisty. It's going to be a hard fought game as always. But with this guy in charge, with the players that we've got, obviously performing, I don't see any problems with that. But
it's just the confidence you have. It's the confidence you have in your team now. You know what I mean, compared to obviously beforehand. But the actual confidence to be like, I fancy us to do something here today. I fancy us to obviously go out and get the 3 points or maybe score 3 or 4. I mean, that's just, to have that back again is fantastic. And as I say, he's a winner, and the winning mentality that he comes to the club with is just fantastic, man.
Nah, and we'll eagerly anticipate that Aberdeen game. Obviously, we've got just under 2 weeks now till that game happens. But we'll look forward to that, and let us know your thoughts on Clement's first month as a manager. I'm guessing everybody will be obviously enjoying it. It's been a good spell so far, but hopefully we can keep kicking on, and we'll be back, if not next week, the week after, reviewing the Aberdeen game, and looking forward to obviously the Aris Limassol Europa League game, which is probably the most vital game we have now in terms of Europe. So that'll be an interesting one. But until then, we'll see you.